Hello Fantasy Faithfuls, and welcome to Season 2, Episode 17 of CSD Head-2-Head. Today we're looking at Taylor Gabriel and Albert Wilson.
Third down and goal, they try the same play again, and this time a touchdown to Taylor Gabriel.
Starting off, we're breaking down the receiving of Taylor Gabriel. He's a short throw type receiver that mostly stays outside the numbers. Most of his targets goes to the left side of the field with a lack of targets over the middle, both short and deep. Gabriel's catch rate percentages in the different zones vary a lot. The middle, where he sees way less targets, is where he's most reliable. He catches almost every ball thrown to him in the short middle zone while catching half in the deep middle. His touchdown rate over the last 3 years is 6.6%, an okay number, but I would have liked to see more from a guy that only sees 5 targets a game on average. Gabriel is extremely productive when he catches the ball, gaining almost 40 yards per catch when the ball is thrown 15 yards beyond the line of scrimmage. He also gains 12 yards per catch in the short middle, where he was so good at catching the ball. If the Bears want the most out of him, dial up more routes over the middle.
This is Albert Wilson. Albert Wilson on his way! They're not going to catch him! Touchdown Miami!
Now let's take a look at Albert Wilson. Wilson is similar to Gabriel in that both of them see limited targets in the deep zones. What separates the two though is that Wilson has a much higher percentages of targets in the short middle, making him a little bit more unpredictable for defenses. What furthermore separates the two is that Wilson catches the ball much better in the deeper zones, but is much worse in the shorter zones. This gives Gabriel a huge advantage, as both see many more targets in the shorter zones, so this is a flaw in Wilson's game. What is not a flaw is his touchdown rate of 7.2%, which is what I like to see from a player of this kind. Wilson is not as productive in the deeper zones, but gains 16 yards per catch in the short middle. With 25% of all his targets and 78% catch rate, this is his best zone for creating fantasy points with yards. And of course, 34 and 39 yards per catch is still awesome.
And they get it to Gabriel.
Now let's take a look at how they perform in different situations. Their scoring patterns are very similar. Both of them score more points when playing at home compared to away. Good for both this week. Both play better in domes, which does not apply at all in Week 7, but both of them have matchups in the fantasy playoffs where they play indoors. Gabriel scores more fantasy points against weak teams, so not the best against the Patriots, while Wilson scores more points against winning teams, so again, not the Lions. Gabriel's best situation is playing at home versus a below 500 record team, and Wilson's best situation is playing in a dome versus an above 500 record team.
It's Albert Wilson. Albert Wilson's loose again. Albert Wilson down the sideline. Albert Wilson has scored again.
Looking at their opponents in Week 7, we got the New England Patriots for Gabriel and the Detroit Lions for Wilson. The Patriots are a pretty good fit for Gabriel, as they tend to give up a lot of yards to the short middle and the short left, the most targeted zone and his most reliable one. However, they do defend his two best deep zones extremely well, so don't expect those to be good this week. The Lions are a tougher matchup for Wilson. The only zone that works for him is the short middle, and this is where he will have to produce to be good. His other strong zones are zones the Lions have guarded very well so far in 2018. The Patriots are averaging 25 points per game to wide receivers, while the Lions only have averaged 20.3 points, so a better fit for Gabriel all in all. Comparing their numbers, we see that their ceilings are very close to each other, but the edge goes to Wilson with 18.7. The floors are also close, but again, Wilson gains the edge with 1.7 against Gabriel's 1.3. Wilson takes home the risk of not reaching the projections for Week 7 as well, with 56% versus Gabriel's 79%. Gabriel does, however, take home the projection with 11.6 versus Wilson's 11. All in all, are these two players very evenly matched, Wilson to me has some better numbers, but Gabriel is a better receiver when it comes to productivity. The Patriots also fit him very well. So, my pick after comparing all the factors such as the passing breakdown, opponents, trends, and numbers is Taylor Gabriel. This was an interesting analysis of two similar players. This could have gone either way depending on your preference on numbers versus the receiver's fit against the opposing team. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more weekly content. And as always, the spreadsheets are dark and full of terror. Hello Fantasy Faithful, I hope you enjoyed that video. Don't forget to check out more of them right here and here. In case you haven't done so already, be sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss a beat.